What is going on, people? Welcome back. Johnny here. We are in winter. It is the 5th of August, neg 148, neg 149 Celsius, neg 235 Fahrenheit. I have renamed our most recent pawn to the last person to comment on YouTube. So Nearest, I think it was Nearest 71, but I dropped the 71. Seems appropriate for a robot to have numbers in the name, like Lupin 7 here, but not so much for Nearest. So there you go. Thank you for the comment. He said there's a party on. Nice. There used to be a thing called a trading spot, and I do recall this. There's a caravan hitching spot. Maybe? Orbital trade beacon. Yeah, we'll just try it. What could go wrong? If they drop things here, that'd be great. That's as close as it looks like it is. I think that was a mod, actually, that let you do that, now that I think about it. But could use the meat from these buggers, but when you wake them up, I'm pretty sure they just come and attack. Until I get some legitimate security in place, I don't really want to go that route. Okay, so we've consumed quite a bit of rice, and I'm a bit hesitant to do that anymore. We should be at 24 meals. Where are you guys at that you're so cold? Okay. What are my meals at? It should be at, what, 6 people? I should be at 18. So I never updated this after I took my last pawn. And this should be 1 plus the number of pawns you have. Doesn't really matter in this setting because with the temperatures, the food is never going to rot just from sitting around. But it's just how I normally play this game. So I'm going to let it roll. Now, temperatures are just nuts cold inside. This I think I'm going to turn off for now. So if we wanted to go trade, I just had that bulk goods trader, so I don't have a ton of stuff to offer at this point. I did make a masterwork something or another. We could gift those guys a bunch of stuff. A cave builder is walking by. You better get out of here. You're not going to be building any caves. You're going to be frozen in an igloo. Okay, so material-wise, I was going to take a final tally of what I'm going to need to complete this 24. I could build 2 more of these, but at this point, the wood isn't so crucial, and the headache of constantly having to remember to harvest it is kind of frustrating. I am going to give Andy a leg, so you could use a right leg and go into the hospital. Or not, or, I mean, you could just, no doctor. Yeah, I'm aware of why it's doing that, but it doesn't make any less frustrating. Someone's going to try and operate in here where there's no light, which isn't going to pan out. Well, we have pretty solid doctors, so it probably will pan out, but it's a risk. All right, Brittany's a doc. Come on, man. I'm just going to wake someone up. Siam or Nearest? Nearest, up and at him, friend. Andy, back to bed. Nearest, there you go. All right. Where to go from there? We've done really well with, I mean, the shelves are all stuffed full. We have excess medicine. I don't really want to allow medicine on this shelf because it's just going to fill up with medicine then. But I do want all the medicine in here. I also don't overly want to cramp this room and reduce the quality of it, but there's a light. What's the quality of this room? Somewhat impressive. No, okay, that didn't affect it good. I could stick one of these in there, but put a bonsai planter in there. And whatever. All right, this we don't need right now either. I don't know why I bothered to turn it off. The power's been super strong. So now we have a ship, but nothing to trade. Thanks to the bulk goods trader coming in at just the exact moment. What do I have for cloth? I was debating on flooring this room up, but it doesn't really make sense. I think if I had the material, I might double wall this room and then just put a few heaters in there so they could be in there without terrible suffering. But we'll see. I don't know. Gene processors, orbital tech. There's nothing in there we need. Rocket swarm. I was debating on rocket swarm. I don't think I'm going to have the material to be able to build one. We're not going to do armor. Gunlink, beam weapons. Beam weapons I don't think are very effective against mechanoids. And that's the number one threat. Like, we did figure out how to make charge weaponry, so that's probably what it's going to be. I guess we'll do this, and then I think outside of getting a jump pack tech print, there's really nothing else I want. I just think the jump packs would help us get across the ice significantly faster, but they do consume chem fuel, so there is that. All right, we did get a rice harvest. It gave us about 300 to 400 extra rice. So I'm gonna hold off. I do want this thing fully fueled, so we can shuttle about when we need to. But what does that mean? We only have to do it twice more. I think you just do it because they have nothing to do, right? There. And then we'll stop with that until we build up very legitimate stockpile of rice. I could make another shelf for it. Is there any meat or rice? Yeah, there's. All right, I guess I can make more veggie shelves just to get that stuff out of the way. And I bought meat from that last trader. The moods have just been nuts. Like everybody coupling up. We need a male. Either 47, like mid to late 40s or mid to late 30s. See if we can get people to couple up more. Because if we got by with 8 people, that'd probably be sufficient. Let's go check our wealth around here. It really dropped off on that last fire. Plus, it was that huge trade. Yeah, look at that. That's the combination of a massive trade and a fire to burn off the deceased. What is this? This person didn't quite make it. I'm so sorry, friend. If there was any chance I could have rescued, I would have, because we want to make friends with them so we can get our persona core. But this time of the year, somebody that far away, they wouldn't have, by the time they incapacitated, we wouldn't have been able to get them in without them freezing. So I was debating on fancying up the carpets with the excess cloth we have. But I did that in the Odyssey game, and I wasn't very impressed with the changes that it made in terms of beauty. So I don't think I'm going to bother. There's some nice dark gray carpet. How much do we need for that? 298. That's actually the number of tiles. Oh, that's a lot. So I need about 1,400 to get that room completely done. It doesn't seem worthwhile. It seems better to actually use it to make fancy carpet, right? But all of our spaces, these, well, why don't we do it in the bedrooms? What do we got? We have green. I'm going to put some fancy carpeting in. Well, it would have taken 140 just to do a plus symbol in here. I don't have enough material to do all the rooms. Well, maybe I can do a smaller amount. I don't think it's really going to matter. What if we just did the middle? How's that going to treat us? We won't even see most of them. Can't even say whether this one will ever actually be used, but or this one for that matter, but there it is. We have that material. Either we need to start crafting with it, I need to do something with it. And probably after this next rice harvest, maybe I'll go 2 more. It happens really fast. I can, someone flub a construction there, that's great. Alright, so did that help this one at all? Yeah, I got it up to slightly impressive, so that was totally worthwhile. Hope I don't have anybody greedy. I'm not going to bother looking because I don't want to get frustrated with my pawns at the moment. Where to go next? What to do? I put chem fuel on a shelf just to, like, anything we have over here that we don't want. What are we doing? Why aren't we like wide open making corsets? I guess we're sleeping. Loving. Well, there's some happiness coming in, I guess. Can't complain too. They're loving too. Everybody's loving tonight. Gotta stay warm somehow, right? So Andy has an inspired creativity, and look at that crafting skill. I think bearskin parka? Oh, what is this? Mastodon wool parka. Details? I'm going to set that up. Alright, that should give me the ultimate gear for weather. I don't like that it separates it Where's the bioferrite hiding to? I don't really want that stuff around here, but there it is. All right, she's making the parka. You're telling me we're out of... What are we doing here? Light leather and plain leather. Well, what is all this stuff here? Oh, that's the fox fur we bought. Yeah, we should probably just get everybody situated in terms of clothing, but... Go frenzies. And inspire creativity. That's 3 awesome mood boosts. So just putting 3 tiles of fancy carpet in each bedroom used about 500 cloth almost. That's nuts. Yeah, we're going to do one more round of cloth. Better to be safe than sorry when it comes to potentially running out of food. She's almost done with this. I'm eager to see what the result's going to be. Drum roll. Do we need one? Legendary. A legendary mass. Okay. Let's go see what that's good for. 115.2 Celsius. And she has a good... Brittany already has a good one on. Look at that. Holy crap. It's only 70.4 Celsius. Same material, but good quality instead of legendary. 100 and... It's nuts. It's not quite double, but it's significantly higher. There you go. That was worthwhile. You're telling me I don't have any material. All right, what do we got here? I'm sure I have tons of tattered apparel. I haven't done an apparel check in so long because the moods have been so high it hasn't really mattered, but probably it's important. What are you missing? You're good. So the mask alleviates the need for a face mask, meaning the ceremonial hood. Yeah, so they won't wear that combined. You have a cloth too. We could make some toques out of better material. None really. Ooh, Megasloth Wool Tribal Wear is on the way out. I think what we'll do is, after this, switch back to a money crop. Make a bunch of sellables. You know, we could probably expand our growing area too. How's our power doing? I guess we're going to want this before the end. So, okay. Let's just do it. Alright. And then a couple grow beds. We have the steel. I should be hoarding it. I should at least figure out how much I need for my ship, but... Manhunter! No way. What do we got? That's fantastic. Here comes some Mackie. Mad animal safe. Schedule everybody. Mad animal safe. Proceed to ignore. Mad wolves. The best part is how they all incapacitate at the same moment. Blunk. And then like half of them croak. And the other half suffer until they croak. Yeah, here he goes. Bam. Alright, schedule everybody. Human zone. Schedule Mechman. Unrestrict. There you go. So how many of them survived it? Oh, 11, yeah. So that was just over half, sure. How many are we going to actually get to butcher? We'll see. There's 1. Tempted to... There's 2. Suspend the butcher job so I can see it in its entirety, but... Looks like 7, which I think is... Oh, 8. There was 1 down there. That's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that at all. What are you making there? Oh, we were making corsets out of wolf skin. Let's go double check this wolf skin thing. Holy crap. It's actually better than the fox fur and stuff. All right, so... Since you started it, that's okay, but we're going to change our tune on that. This might be our chance to rescue someone. It is dang near the coldest time of the year, but I think it's worth a shot. We need that mood boost. I don't even know if this person could possibly walk off the map of their own accord after a rescue, but... Or if they would just... Alright, Brittany, run like heck. She might croak. What is that? I don't think we want that thing. Mental break chance. Oh, that's great. Oh, plasteel breach axe. That's glorious. Alright, yeah, you're headed out. You need a little outside time. Don't haul that person, but we'll let the robot in on that. Alright, well, something plasteel. The smelt is decent. Alright, and then you stay in the human zone after that. Still no blocks. I sold the obsidian, or else I'd just double wall it and call it done. But the problem is we're going to be blasting that way. So anything over here is going to take some decent abuse. Ideally, we'd get some granite, but what are you going to do? How are we doing for material now? So we have another wind turbine on board. I'm going to pop a few more of these in. We need to get some money crops going. Kind of liking that spot. And now that these are going to be harvested, it's a good time to move them. All this time, and Brittany is still our main harvester. That's insane. Or plant person, period. Let's go see work. Nobody else really has any skill at it. That's untrue. Andy's good, but Andy's more valuable elsewhere. I'm going to make some tribal wear out of that wolf hide. Let's see. It takes 60 to make it. We have 95. Plus we're already making one. Yeah, so we can make 2. Now, we watch the power. Oh, that's no bueno. What's going on there? This I could... Is this... Yeah, let's just shut that thing off. We don't need it. We're going to have to go solar from now on. But I'm really getting low on steel again. So I think the plan will be 1, 2, 3. And then I can consider options over here. I can at least squeak one more in. These are great for fillers. It's always frustrated me that you couldn't pop in a full set everywhere, but at least you have some option now. Once we're done with this research situation, I think I'm going to move the hospital into here because it's closer to the doors. And then we only have, we have 2 heaters in there. I don't quite know what to do with the space. It'd be nice to get another pawn too. Tribal wear is complete. That's good. What else do we have? We have bear skin, which I don't believe was as useful. Let's like get some idea. So blue fur, not as good as wolf skin. And well, we do have all this wool too. We've been hoarding forever. We have muskox and mastodon. Maybe some toques are in order. I don't know. I think before endgame, I'll make a ton of legitimate apparel that they can kick butt with. But I laid these out just for the sake of some early completeness here. I'm sure some dude somewhere has something on Reddit or whatever where it'll show you the best and fullest way to lay these out. But I think it's fine. We don't need to overcomplicate it because I could push this one over here. Oh yeah, and then I could get 2 more in. Yeah, alright. Well, maybe. Once I can't really put the planters in these other rooms because it's not warm enough for it to thrive. Each of these bedrooms requires an extra heater too. I should bear that in mind if I'm going to take an extra person because that could really bite me in the behind here. Probably dealing with these planters is just going to be too much of a headache at some point too because we don't need the wood. But I want to keep it up for now because it's free material. How many artistes? We got Panthera, who actually is really into it. Oh, Arthur's pretty good at it too. But I think I'd rock Panthera because he's going to gain skills so much faster. So if we were to do that, it's something to sell, like free money, or even we can gift them to. So it's 50 steel and 75 wood. That's kind of a tall order for something we don't need, right? I don't know. I'm not sold. If we had a ton of material to sculpt with, I'd be all about it. But given that, I'm really not. I did a resources count on what we need to finish this ship. All right, there's Rocket Swarm. I don't think there's anything else to do here. Nothing that's going to help. All right, let's be done with this. recover. Anyway, 1800 steel, 420 plasteel, 294 uranium, 24 components, 46 advanced components. Ouch. And then 4 gold and 1 AI persona core. The steel is going to be a tall order, as is the plasteel, because all those advanced components, I think they require 10 each. That does not account. Yeah, 10 plasteel. So 420 just to build that bit. That's bananas. All right, I'm going to start shifting this stuff over. I'll check the time, too. It might be time to call it for today. That was quick work. What did this connect to? Not the right thing. Then we need to worry about the temps in there to some degree. Oh, we don't need this little stool in there. What do they spend a lot of time doing? I guess there. I don't know. We'll move it later if it's a problem. I'd like to make one more of these. I'd like to make a couple health monitors, too. Just help us get all of our stuff together. I don't know that we really want bionics and body parts in here. Is it cramped? That's already slightly impressive. I think we'll be fine to leave it like that. These bonsais come up so quick. It's nuts, man. So what are we doing for steel? 316 with the recovery from that. So do I just start making advanced components? I'm going to get it up to 12. We'll get all those stockpiled. All right, well, somehow we got through the entirety of winter. It's already warming up. There's a distress signal. Could actually head out and do that. Offer everything at their camp in return for help. Powerful Arco technology shards. I don't know that we're ready for something like that with as few people. And really, our people have virtually no skill at fighting. So we're going to have to rely on the turrets and the base defending itself at the end game here. That or the cold. Sometimes you can, I mean, if it's Humies, doesn't matter. Just fire that baby up on the first day of winter. Let it roll. All right, I can't build anything. I don't want this stupid zone anymore. There, much better. Power's been great, which is good. I don't really have a lot to do with that. I'm tempted to finish this. We need the money because we're going to need the plasteel. We're going to need the steel. We're going to have to be doing some driving around, trading. We don't need all the uranium we have. We have about 66 too many, which is good. Oh, let's turn this bad boy on. We have a few smeltables, a little bit of plasteel hanging out. What do you think you get for that? 8? I'm going to leave you on this. I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz if you're feeling up to it. 13 plasteel. All right, next time, folks.